Yo, 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 what is up, YouTube? How are you beautiful people doing today? Today's video is going to be pretty short, just because there's not a lot of information on this character. The character we are going to be covering today is Catarina Devon, also known as Crescent Moon Hunter. Now, Catarina Devon, Crescent Moon Hunter, was the most dangerous female pirate ever to be imprisoned and impaled down within the entire age of pirates. She was freed by Marshal D. Teach when he invaded. I wouldn't say when he visited Impel Down under the guise of him being a warlord. She is currently one of the 10 Titanic captains and the captain of the 6th ship of the Blackbeard Pirates. Okay, so we're gonna begin with Catarina Devon's appearance. Now, she is an extremely tall, pale skin, and fandom uses the term well endowed. And that just made me uncomfortable. Essentially what they're trying to say is she's a tall woman with big titties. But since kids read the fandom page, they can't be saying stupid shit like that. But yeah, she's a tall, pale-skinned woman. She stands almost the same height as her Captain Blackbeard, which is about... Shit, I don't know. She's tall, though. Yeah, she is her hair is set in long pigtails. Her face has wrinkles. She has a weird forehead, a long witch nose, and a devilish grin, and a weirdly square jaw. Before the time skip, she wore a striped impelled down prison uniform with a V neckline. She also wore a large magenta cape with a blue pearl necklace and a purple sash around her waist over a lavender cargo pants and black shoes. Give me a second and I will show you guys right here. This is what she looks like pre-time skip. And then post-time skip, her outfit gets a lot more extravagant, and I'm going to cover this right now. So post-time skip, she now sports the new outfit that makes her resemble a more classical pirate. Lots of colors. She wears a bicorn hat, which is the quintessential pirate hat. It's what Jack Sparrow wears in Pirates of the Caribbean. It is the quintessential pirate hat. It's got a single rose and feather decorating it, and she's got so rose and feather on one side, plume on the other, as well as the Blackbeard Pirates Jolly Roger printed on the front. She wears a corset that's longer in the back and extends all the way down to her knee area. She wears a striped dress shirt, a cravat, and heels that are slightly different from her previous ones. Her pants now have a pair of belts crossing its hems. She also carries a sword on her right hip. Alrighty, and now we move into her personality. Now, she seems to be very loyal to Blackbeard after he freed her from Impel Down, as do most of his crew. When the Marines recognized her for the first time, and they were like, oh my god, it's her. She suggested that she likes them too, which kind of implies that she has a pretty sarcastic personality. She preferred to receive new clothes in exchange of the prisoner's uniform that she disliked wearing. She is also obsessed with collecting beautiful women's heads. Like a psychopath. Such as when she declared that she admired the beauty of Boa Hancock to the point that she would take her head and turn it into a wonderful trophy. She also seems to have a romantic preference towards women, as she is seen surrounding herself with adoring female admirers on the island that Blackbeard has occupied. And she was also severely affected by Boa Hancock's devil fruit ability, which can only happen if you are romantically or sexually attracted to Boa Hancock. She can turn you to stone, and Catarina Devon was turned to stone by Boa's devil fruit ability, insinuating that Catarina Devon likes women. She also has a very sadistic side, as she was seen when she mocked Gecko Moria for the loss of his subordinate and friend Absalom, who she pretended to beat to give him false hope. I'll get into how she pretended to be him when we talk about her abilities and powers, because I think it is a little wild. But yeah, that's pretty much all about her personality. Oh, she does have a very distinct laugh, like a lot of the characters in One Piece. I can't do her voice, but her laugh is Murun Fu Fu Fu, something like that. I would play a sound clip, but I'm afraid of getting copyrighted, so yeah. All right, let's move right on into her abilities and powers. Now, Catarina Devon, as I said before, is stated to be the most dangerous female pirate in the history of the world to ever be imprisoned and impaled down. However, she is not at the same degree as Big Mom, seeing as how Big Mom's never been impaled down. Right? And I feel like that's a very important distinction we need to make. Most strongest female pirate to be in prison, right? Because we got Big Mom, we got Boa Hancock. I was about to say Kaido's kid, but Kaido's son Kaido. Oh my God, Yamato identifies as a man, so yeah, the really only two other people that are popping into my head that would be like that I think could like easily beat Catarina Devon would be Boa Hancock and Big Mom. Maybe a few members of the Big Mom Pirates could maybe hold their own against Catarina Devon. Probably Smoothie. Smoothie could probably hold her own pretty well. She is one of the Sweet Three Generals, meaning her bounty is probably pretty high. But yeah. Anyways, another testament to her power is the fact that when Blackbeard recruited the level 6 prisoners, he did so by making them all fight to the death in their cells, and she was one of the 4 people that survived, meaning that she is one of the 4 strongest people in the entirety of the prison, which is just another attest to her amazing strength. She was also promoted to being the captain of the 6th ship of the Blackbeard fleet, which is another testament to her strength and how much Blackbeard trusts her, along with granting her the authority over lower-ranking members in the crew as well. Now, her physical abilities. She is one of the most powerful pirates to have ever lived. She is one of the 4 to survive the battle royale that Blackbeard held, and was one of the strongest prisoners to be in prison. She is strong enough to injure even Whitebeard. However, he was incredibly weakened at the point when she did weaken him. But she's also shown superhuman endurance when taking both a shockwave from Whitebeard, a shock attack from Whitebeard, even though it wasn't a direct hit on her. She still got up very easily, and as well as Sengoku shockwave in his Buddha form, she also stood up super easy after that. So even though we don't know a lot about her feats, we do know from seeing her get attacked twice that she does have quite high durability and endurance. And that may be, in fact, to her Devil Fruit. Now, I am unaware if she had her Devil Fruit pre-time skip during the Marineford War arc, when we were first introduced to her, but I do know for a fact that she has it post-time skip. She has the Inu Inu no Mi model Kyobi no Kitsune, which is a mythical Zoan-type Devil Fruit. Translated into English, that is the Dog Fruit, model Nine-Tailed Fox. Like Naruto, but not like Naruto, because different thing. Anyways, with this power, she can transform into clones of people. Does that sound like another Devil Fruit? If you said yes, it's because it does. And I can't remember the name of the Devil Fruit, but it is used by our queen and savior Bon Clay, who can touch somebody, and then I think touching the right side of their face turns them in to anybody they've ever touched in their entire life, and then tapping the left side of their face changes them back into their own face. But yeah, this Dog Fruit Nine-Tailed Fox model, to me feels like a ripoff of a Devil Fruit that should have been unique to one person, and now we have this, oh, but this other person can also change into somebody else. So it brings up the question in my mind, do we have other Devil Fruits in the world that behave and act similarly to other Devil Fruits, right? If I'm not mistaken, Bon Clay's Devil Fruit is a Paramecia, and this Inu Inu no Mi is a mythical Zoan. So does that mean we could have Paramecias that act like Logias, Logias that act like Zoans? Could we have fruits that act like all 3? Hint, hint. I'll talk about that more when we talk about Luffy. But his Devil Fruit is very unique in that way. Katakuri's Devil Fruit. is a Paramecia type devil fruit with extreme Logia like characteristics. It is called a special Paramecia, right? So it really begs the question, I think, are there devil fruits that behave similarly to other devil fruits in different categories? Right? But I feel like we just went off on an extreme tangent there. Anyways, we'll move back to Catarina Devon and what weapons she uses. Now, we know she is proficient with a whip. She is also seen wielding a spear slash staff kind of thing when attacking Whitebeard, along with Blackbeard and the rest of his crew. But it might have been because that was the only weapon available to her at the time. You know, a simple wooden staff with a point on one end that could be used, you know, very quickly leaving prison, picking it up from a downed guard or something. While unclear in the manga as to what weapon she uses, in the anime they do show it clearly as being a spear, probably to make it easier visually to understand the stabbing that she does. After the time skip, she has obtained a sword, and she wears this sword on her right hip. Alright, and because if we don't discuss her past a little bit, this video is going to be like 10 minutes. I am going to discuss a little bit about her past, just kind of touch over it briefly. Now, before we are introduced to her, like I have said several times in this video, fuck you. She is one of the worst female pirates and criminals in the history of the golden age of piracy, but was eventually caught by the world government, weak shit, and sentenced to life in prison and impaled down on level 6, and level 6 prisoners are essentially effectively erased from the history of the world. So people don't, before she was freed, people forgot she had even existed. So we're gonna kind of move on to how she behaved in the Marineford arc. When the crew traveled to Marineford during the Summit War, they were spotted kind of chilling on the execution platform where they were watching the events of the battle unfold. The Marines identified Devon and the other level 6 prisoners. Whitebeard attacked them, but they survived and retaliated, eventually killing poor old Whitebeard in a what I think was an incredibly cowardly way to fight him, right? Whitebeard's about to beat the shit out of Blackbeard. Blackbeard caps him. Whitebeard kind of stops. And then Blackbeard literally goes, "Come on, guys, I can't do it alone," and has his entire crew stab, shoot. They're either stabbing or shooting him. Like empty a clip, reload, do it again type of thing. Like non-stop. Soon after he died, she along with the crew helped to put a black cloth over Whitebeard's body so Blackbeard could do his whole thing. We still don't know what he did. We just know that the Blackbeard pirates have a way of extracting devil fruits from dead people. I don't know how that works, but we do know that they can do it. In the New World, post Summit War arc, the Blackbeard pirates had captured Jewelry Bonnie and her crew. Jewelry Bonnie is wanted by the world government, not only for being a pirate in the worst generation, but something to do with her devil fruit capabilities as well. I, in my personal opinion, think her devil fruit could unlock the secret to immortality, much how the Op fruit can also unlock the secret to immortality. Again, getting more into how devil fruits cross over, so I'm gonna kind of step away from that really quick. But yeah, they captured Jewelry Bonnie, and they were going to exchange her to the Marines in exchange for a Marine warship. Marine warships are built differently than pirate warships. They have stones on the bottom that deflect away sea kings and sea monsters. They have paddles that can get them through the calm belt. They have more guns that can be moved and aimed up, down, left, right. All around better ships than what the Blackbeard pirates could get their hands on normally. Because the first time we ever see Blackbeard and his crew, they're on a literal raft. So, but yeah, Akainu showed up on the warship and they all ran away like pussies. But that, to be fair, I would run away from Akainu too. He is absolutely terrifying. All right, now so 1 year after the events of the Summit War, The Blackbeard pirates fought against the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates in what I believe was called the Payback War or something like that. They lost spectacularly. The Whitebeard pirates were, I don't know if they were like all killed, because we know that some of them are still alive in present day. But they did lose spectacularly, and at some point the Blackbeard pirates expanded, and Catarina Devon became one of the 10 Titanic captains, leading the 6th ship of the fleet. And the Blackbeard pirates used their so Blackbeard goes by Admiral. He's the Admiral of the Blackbeard fleet. And they used his previous knowledge of Whitebeard in his territory to turn around and conquer that and make that his territory. Now that Blackbeard has become an emperor, Catarina Devon assists Blackbeard and the Blackbeard pirates in hunting down Devil Fruit users in order to absorb their abilities. Now, the Blackbeard pirates, during the events of the Zoe arc, attacked 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚛, which is the home base of the Revolutionary Army. 𝙲𝚘𝚙 was absolutely destroyed by the time the Marines and 𝙬𝚙𝚙𝚎 arrived, but the Revolutionary Army was able to escape. However, the Blackbeard pirates fled briefly after clashing with 𝙬𝚙𝚙𝚎. I do not know what branch of 𝙬𝚙𝚎 was brought there, because CP9 is an undercover agent and CP0 directly serves Celestial Dragons. We haven't received much information on CP1 through 6, so, yeah. But yeah, so, and during the events of the Leveille arc, or the Reverie, depending on where you see it in the anime, or in the anime, I think it's Reverie, in the manga, I think it's Leveille. But after the events, Total End, we see Devon with the rest of her crewmates listening as Blackbeard's laughing, reading the newspaper, saying it's still too early for Luffy to be called the 5th Emperor of the Sea. Now, during the events of the Wano Country arc, Gecko Moria attacked Beehive, which is the island that Blackbeard is on, to find Absalom, who sadly the Blackbeard pirates had recently killed. Devon used her Devil Fruit powers to turn into and pose as Absalom. When Moria discovered that Absalom had died and his Devil Fruit powers had been shifted to Shiryu of the Rain, Devon transformed back into herself and started mocking... my cat's on crack. And started mocking him, saying, "Oh, your friend's dead, sucks to suck." Now, following the dissolution of the 7 Warlords of the Sea, Devon, accompanied by her captain, along with Vasco Shot, they all went to Amazon Lily so Blackbeard could claim Boa Hancock's Devil Fruit. With Devon saying she could easily show off Hancock's head as a trophy, unfortunately for her, she fell prey to Boa Hancock's Devil Fruit abilities, because apparently she's horny for Boa and she got turned to stone. Thanks to Silver's Rayleigh, however, the situation was completely resolved in the best way possible. The Blackbeard pirates were all safely escorted off of the island, but Boa Hancock and everybody else were saved. So I guess that is the bonus of that right there. Alright guys, that is going to conclude our video for today. Thank you guys so much for staying and hanging out till the very end. If you guys could hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, it would mean the world to me. I'm going to continue to make these YouTube videos for you guys. I really enjoy doing it. I really love One Piece. So I'm just going to keep making content no matter what. But yeah, I love it. I do this for you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.